Hey guys, it's Tamara and I'm back with another video, but I have to re-record because my AC was on and literally that's all you can hear in the background, which is pretty annoying. So here we go again, round two. Okay, so this video, like I said before, is gonna be my testimony on how I found Jesus Christ and how I was saved. So I'm basically going to be talking about like me growing up and just how I was, and then going to God and just giving my life to him. So here we go. I want to start off like when I was younger, probably like maybe just as far as I can remember, like maybe 6 or 7, something like that. So when I was younger, I've always lived with my mom, sort of, but I lived with my mom. My mom was a single mom, and my dad wasn't around. He was like in and out, and I didn't see him unless it was on like Sundays and stuff, and we didn't really do much. I never really had a relationship with my dad. Like when I did see him, it was just like a little casual, like, you know, we'd go get food, you know, like there was no real relationship there, like, just to shorten that up. So, and then the last time I saw my dad was when I was like 8 years old. I don't really know what happened, like a miscommunication or just like yeah, like I'm not really sure what happened. I just know like things started to get like to a point where he stopped coming around. So that was that. And my mom like had boyfriends and stuff, and I always just had the mentality like if they're not my dad, then like I don't need to respect them. I don't need to listen to them. They just want to control me. They just want to be mean, type of stuff like that. So that's where my head was at. I wanted my dad, but like I don't really know like what was going on his side, but yeah. So that was pretty hard growing up. Especially like when there's like father-daughter dances and stuff, and like, you know, but yeah. And I feel like that's hard for like any girl growing up. I feel like it's harder for girls because, you know, like they want that type of relationship. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't have my dad growing up, and when I was younger, I had been molested. I don't want to get too much into that because I don't really feel like that's for you know. So, but I feel like that introduced like my interest in boys and kissing and different stuff like that at a very young age. The guy my mom was with at the time when I was younger was like really abusive. He was a drunk, and like I picked up on these things at a young age, like, and I would just see the things that had went on and that happened between them. So it was confusing to say that like somebody could love you and they're doing certain things like hurting you or harming you. So I got like the wrong perception of what love is. And so one day it like had got really bad, and like I feel like that's where my mom had her like last straw or her final straw, and like they got into a fight, and then I had like walked in and he was like choking my mom against the wall, and that was like the scariest thing to witness because, you know, like that's my mom's my everything. So, and so I was like 8, and I like just ran outside screaming and telling them to call the cops because like that was like really scary. Yeah. And so like they did, and then like we ended up moving. My mom was a crossing guard at the time, and like when she would cross the kids and stuff, she like made friends with these people who lived in a building, these 2 ladies, and like an older woman and a woman probably around her age. but we ended up moving in with them, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment, and the 2 ladies slept in the living room, and me and my mom would sleep in the bedroom on a twin size mattress. And it was like very crowded, and like I was in like 4th grade, so it's like I'm still sleeping with my mom at this age. Like, just little things like that. And like I never like prayed to God around that time, but like I always like wished for certain things. Like I wish I had my own room, I wish I had my own bedroom, I wish like but I never like really like prayed. I don't really think I knew how to when I was younger, or I was never introduced to it. Like I didn't grow up in a church family, my family's not Christian, like, so I didn't know these things. So my mom was like working, and she was looking for housing and stuff, and she ended up finding a nice little 2-bedroom for the both of us. And so we ended up moving there like when I was in the 4th grade, or like going into the 5th grade, and it was really nice. Like it was nice to have my own bedroom. It was nice for us to finally have something together without like a man in the picture trying to control everything, or like stressing her out and stuff. So it was nice for a little while, but she ended up getting with somebody else, and like it was like a very toxic relationship, and he was just very controlling, and he like would hit her and tell her what she can and can't do, and just make her feel really, really shitty. And around this time I just became more rebellious, and like I saw that he disrespected her, so like I thought like if he could do it, then I could do it too. And like I just really didn't care around that time. I had like really bad anger problems, and like I just felt really out of control. I didn't really care what I was doing. I was not planning to cry, but it's good to cry because like it obviously means something, you know what I'm saying? And so like yeah, that was just kind of like really toxic. And like around that time, like my mom started doing drugs and stuff, like, and it got really bad. And like there would be times like where she's like nodding, like where she was like nodding away at the table and stuff, and like people would say like she was doing that stuff, but like I don't, but like I didn't want to believe it, and I was like really naive to it. But it like got bad, and we ended up getting kicked out. And so like I was staying with my friend. I wouldn't call it like a foster home, but it was sort of like it, because we were all together, like me, my friend, and her brother and his friend, and these 2 people took care of us. And like so I wasn't living with my mom and stuff, none of us were. And like we would go to school and stuff, and like the teachers knew about our situation and stuff like that. So it was like a little embarrassing, because it's just like they knew everything about what was going on at home. Our moms didn't have money to support us and stuff. Like it was a difficult time. So yeah, and then I remember like just moving around. I had lived, after I moved out of there after a little while, because just things had happened. I moved with my aunt, and then I had to move from my aunt's house to my other aunt's house. And then after my last aunt's house, I had went to live with my friend in Freeport with her stepdad. And like that was like that was hell. I hated it because I feel like, I don't know if it's like that now, but like back then, I feel like a lot of people hold you up to certain standards and stuff. Like, I came from Lewiston, like, it's so different from Freeport. I'm different. I look different. I talk different. I don't have like a fancy ass phone or nice ass clothes like them and stuff. So they just make you feel like really different from them. And that was really hard. So, but I forgot to mention before that, like before I with moved in with my friend and her stepdad, that when I think it was like before I had moved in with them, we had went to camp. The teacher, the one of my English teachers, she was a Christian, and she paid for a camp for us to go for 7 days, me and my friend, which was like really nice of her. And like to this day, like I'm really grateful for that, because I've never been camping. I never had that type of experience. So, and like we were there at camp, and like it was like really nice, really peaceful. It was really different. Like it was something new to me. I never had done anything like this. So, but we were there, and we had like prayer time by the water, which was really nice. And like this is like the first time like I've ever prayed, so it's just like it's new to me. And we all get to, like, if we have something we want to pray about, we tell the team leader, and she'll pray for us. And so I just told them that my mom was sick, and like they prayed for my mother. And I tell you not, when I came back from camp a week later, my mom was in rehab. So it's just like little things that, that make me think like God is real, and he's really out there, he's really listening. My mom was getting back on her feet again, and I was living with my friend and her stepdad, and I went to a school in Freeport, and that went on for like a little while, probably about like, I think I started there in like September or something like that, and then I went there until like April or March. But so in 2014, in March, I ended up getting pregnant. So I was 14 years old and pregnant. And I know it's really young, but it's just like it happened, and it is what it is. And I live with it now to this day, and I'm grateful for my son. So I was like really young. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I thought about abortion, but I'm just like I couldn't live with that. And I never knew how things like would turn out if I didn't do it. So I took it how it was. I let people judge me. I let people talk about me. I let people just say what they had to say, because that's them, it's not me, So, I ended up doing homeschooling for teen moms, and that was like really good. I really liked the one-on-one. I liked the comfortability of being in my own home and being able to learn. It was an amazing school. I loved my teacher. I loved all the other girls that were around me who were in the same situation as me and just understood me. And I ended up graduating 2 years or a year and a half in the program, which was like really nice, because a lot of people were saying I was going to drop out and just a bunch of other bull. So it was really nice. Like it felt like a relief, like to wear the cap and gown and to like just receive my diploma, and I felt really great. Like I didn't know where my life was going to take me after that. I really didn't, because like during that time I was struggling with like a lack of self-love. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I kept like chasing relationships that obviously I was not meant to be in, and just trying to give my love to people who really didn't deserve it, or who took it for granted. So just that period of time was just, I was lost. And so this was like, I graduated in 2016, so like I ended up ending a relationship and then getting in one, and just constantly depressed, constantly trying to like impress people, be somebody that I wasn't. I started smoking. Like, smoking really helped relieve a lot. Like, it took the weight off my shoulders. It made me not think about my problems. And the problem with smoking or doing drugs and stuff is like, that's temporary relief. Like, your problem's still gonna be there when that high goes away or when that drunk goes away. So that's why I don't do it anymore, because I've faced that reality. Like, I need to fix my problems. I need to stop trying to mask it with a blunt or with some alcohol. Like, my problem will still be there when I wake up in the morning. Like, that's just what it is. So but I was smoking, I was drinking. I remember I went with my cousin to like this little camp resort or whatever at her job, and there were people there and they were drinking alcohol and just like smoking, and like I found joy in it, and like that scared me, because like I was drinking and drinking and drinking and just smoking like constantly, and like I felt fun doing it. And the next day I was ready to do it again, and it just like, it started to scare me, because like when I got back home I picked up on it. Like, I would drink and then I'd go to work the next day, or I'd drink, I'd sleep, and I'd go to work next day, and then I would do it again. And I'm just like, all right, this is becoming a problem. Like, so I like stopped drinking. That was like the end of 2017 when this was all going down. I stopped drinking in like the end of 2017, and then like 2018, that's when like depression really started to hit me. I started to like break out with acne and stuff, and just little like things like that, and just feeling insecure and feeling lost, feeling depressed, trying to force relationships that I'm like not meant to be in, just stuff like that. And I would smoke a lot, and then I was working this job, like I was doing maid work, and I just clean houses and stuff. And like when I was there, I would think to myself, like, I have so much more potential, and I'm sitting here scrubbing people's toilets. Like, these people live in nice ass houses, and like here I am like scrubbing their showers and their sinks and their tubs and all this. And it's just like, I have so much more in me, and I know this, and like I acknowledge that. And like something in me was just like, you need to leave this job. Like, and I didn't know what to do, because like I was actually making good money there, and like, but I wasn't happy, and I knew I could have been doing so much more. So, but I was confused like when I had that feeling or that push to leave, and I ended up quitting that job. And that's when my depression started kicking, because I was like, I'm really not doing nothing. Like, I'm sitting here collecting dust. And like I started learning a lot of things, and I feel like, and I was praying at the time too. Like, I would literally sit on my porch and I would smoke, and I would just like, I would pray, and I would pray, and I'd pray, and I'd pray. I'd pray for happiness. I'd pray for peace. I'd pray for guidance. I'd pray for wisdom, for knowledge, like anything you could pray of. Like, I talk to God as if he's with me, as if he's in front of me. Like, you're supposed to have a relationship with God. You're supposed to talk to him and get to know each other as if you would with somebody else. So that's exactly what I did. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was just doing it. And I would sit there and I would talk to him, and I would pray with him, and I would tell him like what I wanted, and different things like that, habits that I wanted to leave me and stuff like that. And I would just pray, and I would just hope that better was coming, even though I was depressed, and really hopeless and really sad. I would sit there and I would pray, and I would hope that he was listening, and I would hope that he would deliver me from what I was going through. And honest to God, he did. Like, people do not understand how depressed I was. Like, when I say I was so depressed, I felt dead inside. I felt really, really dead inside. Like, And I didn't know how to escape this feeling because smoking wasn't doing it for me anymore. A relationship wasn't doing it for me anymore. Like, I needed something bigger than what this world can offer. And when I called our God, he answered. I'm telling you, like, he's real. Because I really couldn't kill myself. Just like that pain, and it feels like it's never gonna go away. You have to hope for something bigger. You have to hope that he's listening and that he's gonna bring you from what you're going through. And that's just what it is. And a lot of people might not agree with me, they might not think God's real, but this is my opinion. This is what I went through. This is where he brought me from. And nobody will ever understand or feel what I went through besides me and him. So, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Like, being a Christian, I know we're supposed to live up to we're supposed to do certain things, we're supposed to live a certain way, and I'm trying, and I'm like, each day is a battle to keep my mind positive and to stay focused on the important things and to not give in to the temptations because they're everywhere and they're real. It's hard, but I keep pursuing and I keep the faith and I keep hoping. And that's all you can do. Like, you just have to believe. The depression, it only will win if you let it. I'm telling you. Each day you have to wake up and you have to fight. You literally have to take it day by day. And that's just all it is. And I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. I really never thought I would cry in a video and post it. But, like, this shit touches deep for me. And, like, each day I'm striving to be a better me so that I can provide for my family. So that I can be the woman that I envision. So that I can, like, finally live up to be the person that I see inside my head and that I know I can be. I want my mother to be proud. And I want those around me to see that, like, anything is possible with God on your side. But with God's grace, I've got so far, and with his mercy, with his forgiveness, like, he's got me to here. And he's provided me strength when I'm too weak to provide for myself. And, like, he helped me to stop smoking, he helped me get my mind right, he helped me to focus. Like, I really, like, used to, I wouldn't say addiction, but I really, 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 really could not go, like, a day without smoking. Like, I really needed it. It really helped calm my mind. But now, like, I get peace in praying, and I get peace in trusting that God is going to provide for me and that he's going to provide the life that I see and help me to be the woman that I want to be. Like, and I just trust in him. And that's just what I've been doing. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. My depression, that shit was real. Like, and I just thought I couldn't make it out. And I'm literally sitting right here today in front of you to tell you that, like, I beat depression and God was with me through all of that. And he used that to help me become stronger and to help me to help other people. And that's just, like, that's what it is. But this video is already really long. But I just wanted to put this out there, shed a couple tears, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, this is real. This is my story. I know it's not, like, full in detail, but this is just, like, this is some of it, or most of it summed up. Like, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I haven't been able to work up the courage to do it, but I guess today was that day. But I just want to let anybody out there know, like, don't be scared to call on God, because he will answer you and he will deliver you from whatever you're going through. But you have to trust him, and you have to hope that he's working behind the scenes and just crafting everything and putting everything together for your better. He's really got me this far, and I truly believe that he's has so much in store for me, and he's gonna deliver me to a greater life than I could have ever imagined. But you just have to believe and you have to trust in him. I hope you guys liked this video. It was a little different. I'm sorry that I cried so much. It's just a really sensitive topic, but I hope that everybody's having a great day, and I pray for peace for you. I pray that you're delivered and that you receive happiness, you receive joy, and I pray that you find the things in life to value and cherish. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Bye.